From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie watchman. Another Prime Minister? What is going on with Australian politics? Or should I say, what is going on with Australia? Not only do we have a new Prime Minister, but we have another unelected Prime Minister. Over the last 8 years, our politicians have been repeatedly stabbing each other in the back. Pulling down leaders, both elected and unelected Prime Ministers, has become a national pastime for our Canberra politicians. Why is this so? Well, we do know that the media has so much power in our current world that they are able to provide a climate conducive to such behaviour from our politicians. But there are deeper reasons. The first is just as our politicians are divided, so is our society. We no longer have the same belief systems, the same values, the same expectations of the future. Our diverging beliefs and opinions leads to a greater conflict and degenerating unity. Our politicians reflect our country. We have the politicians we deserve. But there is even another reason. The behaviour of our politicians are a type of judgment on our nation. Our leaders have developed a type of madness. They seek power, they are ineffective, and there is only short-term vision. As the sin rises in our land and our laws reflect our degenerate heart, it is not surprising that our politicians have become a laughingstock. We used to mock European countries such as Italy that changed their leaders just like I changed my socks. But now we reflect them. Scott Morrison, Australia's new Prime Minister, does have some interesting highlights. He is the first Pentecostal PM. In fact, I believe he is the first Pentecostal national leader throughout the industrialised Western world. For this fact, and this fact alone, he will be absolutely crucified by our left-wing, God-hating media. Get ready for the racism, bigot, homophobe, sexist claims. It is coming, and they're coming like whirlwind. Garnering all the interviews he has performed, it does not seem likely that he will betray the faith. In fact, he seems like a principled Christian conservative who will champion religious liberty and small government above the rising tide of radical atheist authoritarianism that has begun to plague our relatively apolitical nation. Once again, God has answered our prayers. Out of the abyss of political and national degeneration, God has provided a man that has the potential to right a ship gone astray along the path of humanitarian secularism. A path that eventually leads to national division and authoritarian dictatorship with media censorship and discrimination. Time will tell, however, 1. Whether he is able to garner enough support to win the looming national election, and 2. Whether he is the man that his credentials would imply. As a matter of conjecture, I do wonder whether it was the plan of the Liberal Party to install Scott Morrison all along. It does seem to me that Peter Dutton was used as the fall guy to make it seem that he was the one to take down a previously unelected PM, Malcolm Turnbull. Then at the last minute, Scott was able to snatch the number one spot without the baggage of stabbing a leader in the back. While this assumes a level of political nous that may or may not be present among our national leaders, I do wonder whether this was by design and not by accident.